Oh, good evening and welcome to round 7 of season 2 of FTRL's Assetto Corsa here at Silverstone. We've got a good grid today. We've got 17 cars on the grid for this very familiar track. And looks like the first person that's going to set a lap tonight is going to be our championship leader, Sweeney. He's first out of the grid, first out of the blocks to go around this track. Now, one thing to note, this is the use the old start grid here, so first corner is Cops as opposed to Abbey, but other than that, it's the Silverstone that you all know and love. So hopefully we'll watch this stream or watching the replay of it can enjoy some nice racing action courtesy of the 17 car grid we have going on tonight. So we'll start off with Sweeney and his Lexus just on his out lap. Looks like he's really working the car, trying to get some heat into those tyres. Not the hottest track I've ever seen, 25 degrees, but it is Silverstone in November, so I think we're doing quite well for the weather. Obviously you expect far more rain at this time of year. Can't say I've gone into the detail of seeing what the weather forecast or what the weather exactly was today around Northampton, so we'll just assume it was raining because it was raining almost everywhere else. So let's just enjoy Sweeney as he shows us perhaps why he does lead the championship. As you can see, scrolling across the top of your screen by 13 points. Only lost 1 point last week to Flying Frome, despite Frome's fairly solid win. Sweeney was able to make his way through and collect second place. So, of course, tonight's qualifying session is brought to you by Bombay Gin and Diet Bitter Lemon for a finest Tom Collins this side of the Mississippi. So through Maggots and Beckett's and then onto the Hanger Straight. I'm going to test my knowledge of the Silverstone circuit. These are corner names we should all know and love. Of course, it's sometimes been a while. And immediately I've forgotten what that corner is called. Stowe I'm going to go with. And then we get up to the new corner sections from, well I say new, they're not that new, but I'm an old timer. When I first used to race games around Silverstone, it was the old layout. You'd have bridge and all the old good corners. So Sweeney makes his way now across the new grid or the new start line. That's not what we use in GT. We go over to the old one. So then up into where we've got Farm and Vale and all the names that we have here. A little bit untidy, but I'm sure it's fast enough. Sweeney tends to know what he's doing, as this championship position would suggest, but also he's had some good qualifying results as well. Big gaggle of cars behind, so we'll look back and see what's going on there in a bit, but just enjoy Sweeney as he's about to put the first lap on the board of this qualifying session here at Silverstone. The track, as you can see at the top of your screen there, is optimum. Across the line on 158.3, which from what I saw in the pre-race timings, that's a pretty healthy lap. Let's see, I think Ponish Town maybe is he next across the line and set a lap. He is, that's a very good lap. From the man in the Lamborghini, 159.1 by the look of it. Car number 65 is Blue Mosquito, he's next across the line in the Mercedes. And he's right up with Sweeney as well, so maybe we'll have a nice close grid. Rally Mathy just off the pace a bit on his first lap there. Now the times are coming in thick and fast. Prototype Steph crosses the line, that's like 37 Flying Frome. And second in the championship, he's next to come over, and he will go pole provisionally with a 57.8. First man into the 57s tonight. Other people to look out for, Cornelius, I believe, was leading the pre-race in the free practice we just had. Maybe we'll pop on board with Cornelius as well. I expect he's not on this lap because that looks a bit slidey. He's in the McLaren. Lovely green and triangular livery there though. Beautiful looking car. So what the lap time is like as he makes his way across the new start-finish straight, up through Abbey. The old F1 cars, it's a little lift. In these cars it's a little bit more tricky. And that of course is the beauty of coming across to a game like this. When you get sort of Maggots and Beckett's in the Formula 1 cars, they're not easy. They're not as much of a challenge. You're not sort of fighting it as much. Similar Eau Rouge at Spa, which in F1 is fairly easily flat. The real drivers, of course, have to take it with a bit of bravery. We don't have to worry about that. We just turn the car wheel and nothing will happen to us if it goes wrong. These GT cars, not as easy as that then. It's not a flat corner in these. So let's see then what Cornelius can do as he tries to get some power down and comes across the line. A bit of track extending there, but there he goes up into third place. See, that's a good lap considering that big slide we saw him have earlier in the lap when we joined him. That's a great lap from him. Tritt, I think, was also up there, so we'll follow its Tritt. As we're flying through this session, we're almost halfway through already. And in fact, Tritt is going to come into the pits. I hate to say, but I'm not entirely sure why. Oh, this is coming. Mr. Tumble then, he's on track. So that's down the Wellington Straight and into Brooklands. Getting a little trickier in these cars. The car doesn't quite want to turn in as much, always looking to push you wide. Let's just enjoy Mr. Tumble across the line. Is he setting a lap? He is, and he goes up into 8th place. And see amongst anyone else that I missed crossing the line. Unsafe Release has set a nice lap there up into 5th, and Blue Flag just over a second off, flying from in 7th. Other people that have set some good times before. We've got Artemis Tocco on track. Let's pop on board with him, see what he's up to. Has a round stow in his Bentley. Duo Finn pops his time on the board. Let's see where Tocco is on track. Oh, he's just coming across the new start-finish line. And Lee Cole sets a lap, so we've got two cars haven't set a lap yet. We've got Tocco and it's Tritt, and Tritt we saw pull into the pits before, so he's going to be a few minutes before we see his lap. Let's just stick with Tocco then. As he approaches the end of the lap now. Left-hander then onto the Wellington Straight. Full throttle it in towards Brooklands. Bit of braking, bit of downshifting. Try and really get the car turned in. Looks like he got it a bit too much. Got on the grass on the inside there, but I'm sure he won't mind. Big slide. Look, he was struggling to get the power down there. Let's see where can he get his Bentley. Cut to the corner, and Tocco crosses the line and doesn't set a lap. So I don't know if that was just an out lap. We commentated it. It looked aggressive. So I'm wondering if he just invalidated it instead. Where's Tritt? He's on track. Guessing he's starting a lap here, but we'll just see what he does as he comes across the line. Yes, he must be. So we'll see if we can pick up that with Tritt again in a minute or so. Other people there, 137. Mr. Tumble has been disqualified for driving in the wrong direction. Well, that's a new one. So I think Mr. Tumble will then be starting from the back. That's that position sorted. Driving the wrong way. Not what I've seen before. Nice to know you can get disqualified for those things. There's no ghosting. One of the things I do enjoy about this game is there is no ghosting, but it does mean you can mess around a bit more than other people might like. hopefully have good driver standards in this league. I've not seen much in the world. I don't think I have anything with dirty incidents. Obviously, you get careless moves and dive bombs, but that happens in any game. I think overall the standards that I've seen have been good. Let's just go. It's been a while. Let's go and see what Toco's up to. I think he'll be the first to cross the line out of him and Trit. So Mr. Grumpy, is that? Oh, he's parked up. He's obviously finished a lap and off to go back to the pits. With a little under 9 minutes of qualifying left, Toco and Trit still haven't set a lap. I think Toco is going to be the first of the two of them. As he comes through Woodcote, and his lap will take him. No, it won't. Must have been validated again. Struggling then. As he stayed out, we know he started that lap, so. Trit will pull in the pit, so something's not right with him. Interested to practice the pit entry like that. So of those guys, so anyway, up at the front then. Rome still is the only guy in the 57s. Let's just have a check. Yeah, Cornelius is a 58-1. Just gone off track, so I don't think he'll be setting a 57 on this lap. Sweeney is on track as he there he goes. He's the second man into the 57s. Goes provisional pole then. The 57.8, just 2/10 ahead of Flying Frome. Excellent lap then from our championship leader. No let up from him. It's going to be a big gap to try and claw back for any one of these guys chasing him down. And Blue Mosquito, look at that, 9 1/1000ths behind Sweeney. So the track seems to be picking up. I saw Cornelius before. Let's see what Flying Frome's going to do then, because he was up until a few minutes ago. He was in provisional pole. He's now down in third. Oh yeah, like I was saying, there's a 13-point lead for Sweeney in the championship. It's quite a big lead in this series because it's 1 point, essentially 1 point per position. So it's 20 points for the winner, 19 for second place, so on. So he's going to have a few poor results to lose that, because that's a 13 position gap. And this has been round 7. We've got 4 races, including this one to go. And he's got to somehow lose 13 positions to Flying Frome over those. So. Barring him and even one bad race, probably not going to be enough. So he's in a very strong position in the championship, is Sweeney. As Frome comes up through Farm and up to the village and then the loop. Looks like he's getting it tucked in nicely there. Get it turned in. Oh, nice, get the power down then. Blast your way through Aintree. A little sip of gin as we just go under 6 minutes left in quali. Really using all the track there and then some, just onto the grass. Trying to make the corner as narrow as possible, shallow as possible, one of the words anyway. Out to Luffield. Power down through Woodcote and coming across the line. Can Flying Frome get that provisional pole back? Not on this lap, he can't. So through he goes for another one. Let's see who else is on track. Mighty Iggy, who I missed getting up on the board. So he's up into 4th. Was our championship leader up until a few races ago. Then he missed one. I think he had a poor result week after. So he has dropped down a long way. Then Sweeney certainly enjoyed the fact that he wasn't there. But Iggy then coming down the Wellington Straight. A lot of cars in the pit, so maybe just making their final adjustments before a last dash to go out. Or some of them are satisfied with their times. Mr. Tumble obviously not setting a lap anymore, not setting another lap because he drove the wrong way down the track. And Iggy looks like he's pulling in the pits as well. Yes, he is. So let's see a lead call. Nissan. It's a little orange and blue Nissan. 6 seconds off the pace at the minute. Can he bring himself somewhere near the back of the pack with Mr. Grumpy and Duo Finn? Not on this lap he can't. Or it was an out lap, one of the two. Let's see where Tritt is up to then, because he's the only one who's not set a lap yet. I am expecting him to be up there, so it's good. Well, when he sets one, maybe another man in the 57s, but again aborting the lap. I don't think he's got a qualifying ban. Maybe I'll have to double check. Where's unsafe release? So he's just going across the start of the lap. Flying for home then. Finish his lap. Can he get anywhere near Sweeney and Blue Mosquito? Not on this lap he can't. Does he have anything left? Mr. Grumpy is about to cross the line. And he doesn't improve. So it looks like the next car on track that's going to be setting a lap is Lee Colligan. Let's go and watch one of these cars going around here. Number 91 on safe release then, as he's coming down towards Stowe. So I think Blue Mosquito is still in the pits, and with 2 and a bit minutes to go, he's not got long to get out to start a last lap if he wants it, or if he's happy with that lap. If he doesn't think he can beat it, then fair enough. Did say earlier on he'd set some good laps, but he was very much on the edge, so it might be a car to look out for in the race. Unsafe release. Up through Abbey and then a farm down towards Village. Nice tight right-hander. That's going to be one to look out for anyone sort of sending one. But one of, I'd say, 2 sort of heavy braking zones on this track. The other one, of course, being the chicane down there at Vale. Just that didn't. Yeah, I was going to say, it didn't seem the neatest turning in. That's just throwing him off a bit as he comes around Loughfield, last corner, then try and get the power down. The easy flat then through sort of right kink at Woodcote. Across the line, no improvement from unsafe release then. So other cars on the track, Sweeney then, championship leader. And Blue Mosquito must be happy then with his time, because he's, well, I mean, he's just come out the pits now, but that seems a bit late. I'm not sure what he's doing there. I'm sure he has his reasons. Sweeney then, can he improve on his time? Flying Throne's in the pits, so he's not setting another lap. Sweeney does go faster, 57.4. Just giving himself a little bit. And Cornelius with a 57 flat sneaks in there out of nowhere. Fantastic lap from him. McLaren singing around Silverstone. Shame it's not at Singapore, because that would have worked much nicer, but we are at Silverstone. Runnage down. Can he get his Lamborghini anywhere further up the grid? Any improvement coming on this lap? There's not. Lee Cole then is, I think, the next to cross the line. And he will improve. He's not gone up the grid, but he's gone 2 seconds faster, and that's bodes well for the race. That should hopefully keep him on the back of the pack there, give him some racing to do. Very close grid up front, and then it just sort of extends a bit as you get further down there. Looking good for the race early on. Prototype Seth then, who was, if I remember rightly, up in sort of 6th or 7th not long ago. He's sort of dropped down the grid a bit there. Blue Mosquito, I don't think he's on a lap here, because I'm sure he came out too late. Yeah, maybe he's just practicing his pit entry. Unsafe release. will pull into the pits as well. There's Duo Finn out there, alongside Blue Flag and Ponage Town. Duo Finn, not seen much of him in this qualifying session so far, but he's going to be the next to finish the lap. I think. Those other two guys with 40 seconds should be enough to finish the laps, but it is going to be tight. But one of them's abandoned it, so Blue Flag is going to be the last to cross the line. Duo Finn, he does improve, not enough, he stays in 14th. And then Blue Flag is going to be the last man to cross the line. Unless he does something incredibly impressive. Cornelius is going to be your pole sitter. Let's just keep an eye. And Blue Flag, yes, in fact he crosses the line, stays in 6th. So there you go. So it's Cornelius takes a great pole there, 57 flat. Sweeney, championship leader in 2nd. Blue Mosquito 3rd, Flying Throne 4th, and Mighty Iggy 5th. A very common-looking start of the grid. We'll just go on a little pause now, and we'll see you in a few minutes. And so welcome back after that little break there. We're back on the formation lap for this round 7 of Assetto Corsa with FTRL at Silverstone. The track is a little cooler for the race than it was for qualifying. So just to get a little run through of what the order is at the start of this race. Cornelius then in his McLaren set an excellent qualifying lap there to take his pole position. Sweeney, the championship leader by 13 points, in second place ahead of Blue Mosquito, a man who's often up the front of the grid. Just, always there or thereabouts. Said he had a good pace around this track. Cornelius is off somewhere else, not sure what's going on there. Flying Frome then, fourth on the grid. And then another man accustomed to being at the front had a great win last week. Very strong performance from the Yorkshireman, Mighty Iggy, fifth in the Bentley. Flag 6, stay for release in 7th, Ponish Towns, the other Lamborghini in 8th. Tocco, we've seen have a few good results. In 9th, Cablo in 10th. Now, I'm praying, I really hope I don't put the commentator's curse on him, but I really want Cablo to get through this first lap, because he keeps having nightmares on every first lap recently. He just gets caught up in something that's not his fault, so fingers crossed for Cablo. We've got Rally Mathy in 11th. Steph 12, Grumpy 13, bit of a gap at the back there. Race starts initialised, we are ready to go green. Long wait, green light, we are racing now. At Silverstone, Sweeney's just gone. Sweeney has gone straight past Cornelius around the outside. So that's not the start Cornelius would have wanted. Blue Mosquito in second, Flying Frome lost out then, looks like to Blue Flag. Blue Flag has a great start there. As we come through the S's, let's just go on with Cablo and see how we do. But there he is, number 84. Into Maggots and Beckett's. Please, Cablo, stay with it. Oh, a bit of contact. No. Cablo, oh no. Oh, Lee Cole's been absolutely smashed. I've lost connection to the server, apparently. We'll just stick with it for a second. Cablo, Lee Cole, oh, it's all gone wrong again. That's such a shame. Right, well, I'm going to have to reconnect to this server. I'll be back in a moment. Right, we are back. Oh, that was frustrating to lose that at the start of the race there, but let's see if we can catch up what's going on. So Sweeney has taken the lead. We saw that happen. Cornelius in second. Blue Mosquito stays third. Flying Fromes had a horrible start. Was fourth on the grid. He's down to sixth. Ponish Town seventh. Taco pit lane is now open. Cablo, unfortunately, we saw have that big incident, and Lee Cole is pits. He's getting his damage fixed. He's coming out and he's going to be right in traffic. So not the start those guys would have wanted. Real shame for them. But out front, Sweeney has a 1.5 second lead already from Cornelius. Blue Mosquito then, yeah, still third. Blue Flag. He had a great start, did Blue Flag. Closer back, let's go and watch Ponish Town. He's got Taco right behind him with unsafe release close down behind him. Down the hanger straight. Whoa, there's a big difference in brake points there between Ponish and Taco. It's going to be interesting for the rest of the race then. As Taco looks like he's getting so close on the brakes. Really compromised him going into Vale, and that's, yeah, so he's dropped back a bit there. Just needs to, the joy of this game, I do like this game for that. You have to size your opponent up a bit more. You've got to watch for where their break points are. It's very easy to get too close to them. Got a bit of a gap then. Oh, someone's gone off the track there. Who was that? Oh, that's a... Oh, was that Tumble? I think Mr. Tumble just about avoided Mr. Grumpy. Looked like he really left one in there on him. Contact made. Cornelius has closed that gap up a bit to Sweeney. Blue Flag's got right behind him. Frome's not quite keeping up, but this is a good battle here then for fourth place between Blue Flag and Iggy. It's the Mercedes against the Bentley. And that Lamborghini there will be looming, hoping for an opportunity to get past. As it stands, Sweeney looking very happy at the minute. His main championship contenders are further back than they would like to be. I think it said it was Frome and then possibly Taco, I think, was third in the championship. I'll double check that one as it scrolls back across the top of your screen now. Sweeney leading the title. As it stands, leading the race, looking incredibly strong now. Iggy then right behind Blue Flag. Let's have a look a bit further back then. Between Pony, also Taco's lost a bit of ground to Ponish there, so yeah, it is flying Frome. Taco in third, Blue Mosquito then fourth in the championship. That is quite the gap actually. I mean, the main two challenges are going to be Taco and Flying Frome. With respect to any of the guys behind there, but just with the point system the way it is, and the form Sweeney's in, it's hard to see how he would drop enough points to get them into the fight, but we will see. It only takes one mistake, that is a point. Crash into the barrier, ruin your car, and you will be a long way down. The damage does take a while to fix in this game, and as fast as Sweeney is, he's unlikely to fix a couple of minutes of damage, but that's not happened so far this season, and I'm sure it's not the way anyone would want to win the title anyway. But it's down Blue Flag then with Iggy chasing him down. We've got Ponish has got Taco right behind him. Further down the field, Grumpy's got Tumble still, and Trit is following Duo Finn. So I expect it to be further up the field than that. It's struggling to get past, so maybe not his track. Got this, always a lovely battle between the Lamborghini and the Bentley. Just because the Lambo is so small. Here we go again, we get another one of these fine battles. Further up the field, Blue Mosquito now has a lot of cars for company. Flag is less than a second. Iggy's second behind him, and Frome is closed up to Iggy. Let's keep an eye on these two as they go through Maggots and Beckett's. Car's looking beautiful out there. And then on to the hanger straight. One's really picked up enough slipstream. Iggy's looking close, but not close enough. He's going to take the wide line. So he can get a decent slingshot down into the heavy braking zone down at Vale. It's going to be tricky. Frome's got a lovely run. Don't look like he had. I thought Frome had a beautiful run for a second there. Enough to make his way through. Looks like Bonage is still holding off Taco as well. Tumble has made his way past Mr. Grumpy. Further down the field then we've got Steph and Duo still keeping Trip behind him, and sadly the crash we saw at the start there between Cablo and Lee Cole. Unfortunately not the first time those two have come to blows in pretty much those circumstances, where one of them spun, the other just completely T-bones, and Trick goes up the inside of Duo. That's a brave move into that corner, but makes it stick. Lovely move into Abbey there then from Trit. Look further up the field as Blue Flag has got Iggy still right behind him. And Frome looking at Iggy. Frome having a little look at Iggy. Let's go back to that as they come into Brooklands. Oh, bit of contact. Can Frome keep it around the outside? It's going to be tricky. Get the drive out. It's going to be a foot race. Cops. Oh, this is great driving. Let's see what these two do now. Iggy and Frome going side by side into one of the fastest corners on the circuit. Frome backs out of it. It's probably wisely. Iggy just ran a bit wide in the end, so hard to say. I think he may have made the right decision. Discretion often the better part of valour, and sometimes you just have to let someone have the corner. If you've got the pace to overtake him, often you'll get him later on. See, then we've got Steph, who was past Mr. Grumpy, but looks like Mr. Grumpy's made his way through again. Yeah, as they cut the timing beams, Steph was ahead. But, hello, there's a lot of cars coming to one bit of the track here. So you've got just in front of Grumpy, you've got Mr. Tumble, Steph and Trit all getting very involved. Wow, Trit's really gone for that one. Trit as he tries to make his way through the field. That's him past prototype Steph. Next up for him will be Mr. Grumpy. Looking back, it's still, yep, Blue Mosquito, Blue Flag, Iggy, Flying Frome. Taco still can't get past Bonage Town. This is a great battle then for 11th to 14th, these 4 guys. As Mr. Grumpy goes wide up the hill, loses out to Trit. He's got Steph then for company. Let's focus on Mr. Grumpy. That's not right, go for an overtake. Oh wow, that was close. That was close. I'm so glad they didn't make contact. Had a good run, but that's not where I'd be sticking my nose. That's just going to get you both wiped out. Fortunately, no issues there. Oh, Frome's right behind, right up with Iggy again. Frome seems to have the faster car, but just can't quite make his way through. He had a horrible start. Sadly, we then lost the feed, so we have to come back a bit later, but we'll just keep an eye on what Frome can do. But he seems to have the pace on Iggy. Just can't find a way through at the minute. Try and force him into another mistake. He's a good driver though, so it's not going to be easy. Just got to put your car somewhere they don't like it. Try and just get them offline and get them into the next straight. It's a nice game like that. It's not as easy. You don't just get in the old DRS and blast past them. Overtaking is tricky. It's not impossible, but it is tricky, as sadly missed out Taco overtaking Bonage Town, but that gap's opened up. Missed that overtake. It's Mr. Tumble has got it. It's Mr. Trit. Well, not it's Mr. Trit. It's Trit's just behind him. In fact, he hasn't. He's got him just in front of him now. Trit making his way through well. Let's go back up to the front then. With Iggy, Flying Frome looking racy right behind him. Sweetie, he's still there. The gaps are still closing up. He can't seem to pull that gap. It looked like he was just easing off earlier on, but everyone's holding on so far. how much sort of fuel saving or time management's going on, it's hard to say, but you've got these top 6 all very close, so let's hope that stays. Last week we had a similar look, they've just fell one by one. So we just had Flying Frome taking the win. Sweeney was second last week, as it is. Sweeney in a much stronger position this week. And then further back, we've got Taco, who's gone past Ponish Town, and the gaps just start to open up then. Mr. Grumpy, Steph's gone past Mr. Grumpy there, in fact. But it is going to be that battle at the front. In fact, Cornelius looks very close to Sweeney on the overhead map. Let's see, there it is. Those 2 cars are very close, so we'll see if Cornelius can get a decent slipstream. Doesn't look like it. Sweeney's got a good exit down the straight. The gap is half a second. That McLaren's looking very racy today. And further behind, you've got the guys. They're all closing up again. We've got Blue Flag. We've got Iggy and Flying Frome. Them are really going for it, so we've got some great battles. This is looking very close now. Cornelius is as close as I've seen him in a while, so we'll just stay with this for the lead as they come up towards the farm. Big braking zone into there. We'll keep an eye on what's going on at the back here between Blue Flag, Iggy and Frome. These 3 guys are having a great time of it. Fantastic in the cockpits to be them. Keeping Cornelius there behind him. Blue Mosquito having a bit of a breather at the minute, just in between 2 very frantic battles. We've still got 3/4 of this race to go, so these guys aren't getting any let up. Sweeney then about to complete his 8th lap of this race. Flying Frome looks incredibly close to Iggy in the background. Just flick back to them, there they are. Going to try and fancy him into Cops this time. I don't think he's quite there for it. My goodness, he's close. He's almost pushing him around the corners. As Iggy goes wide, can Frome take advantage? Not this time. I'm guessing, I'm not actually sure, but I'm guessing track limits will play a part in this. The game can be strict. So hopefully we won't see the race decided by track limits. These guys will keep it as fair as they can, but pushing it too much, we'll see. It's Cornelius behind Sweeney. No, he's not close enough this time. And Frome's just fallen off Iggy down the straight a little bit there, but again, there's gap between the top 6, all within a second or a bit of each other, so great to see. Gonna battle me on, so just behind, it's stretched out a bit behind them. So Taco is trying to close that gap to Frome. Behind that, other than Trit, who has got past Rally Matthew now. Just keep an eye on those 2. Seems clear. So other than really too well, but Trit's Rally Matthew then has got Mr. Tumble just behind him as well, but this is yeah, these guys, they've just sort of filtered through. They've all got a bit of a gap between them now, and the top 6 seems to be where all the action is, which is what you want to see. We want the action to be at the front. So again, it's fantastic at the back there, as they all 6 of them in the camera shots. 1, 2, 3 as they come through Brooklands. Sweeney has Cornelius for company, and that gap's not as comfy as it looked like it was going to be early on. See, let's just go back and see how Trick's getting on. No, he's fine. Mr. Tumble not passing Rally Matthew yet. He's looking interested there though. Let's just pop up Iggy. He's once again got thrown for company coming into Cops. It's hard to say. It feels like, oh, no, Cablo's off the track. Cablo is off the track there. Another one, a car. Which was that? Mr. Grumpy. There's Mr. Grumpy this time. Oh, Mr. Grumpy has retired. Not sure what's happened to Mr. Grumpy there. That's a shame. Oh, Cornelius is right behind Sweeney now. He is right behind. Does he have the run that he needs? Coming down to Stowe. not an easy overtake, and Sweeney's car has the straight line speed for now. Does he have the braking as they go towards the Vale? This is so close between these two guys at the front. For now, Sweeney can keep him behind, and similarly at the back there, you've got Blue Flag, Iggy and Frome. None of them quite have the differential to get past each other. It's such good close racing. Matthew has got Mr. Tumble for company then. Let's see what's going on here then. Again, good thing driving. Mr. Tumble hits that sausage curb. You don't be hitting that too often. That is a big curb, it will throw you off. Cablo is in the pits. I wonder if he's also retired. Hard to say. Mr. Blue Mosquito's caught up then to Cornelius. That gap between Blue Mosquito and Cornelius is down to less than a second, so he's getting involved again. So hard to know which cars to stay on board with around this. Let's keep an eye on down to this corner then, so down towards Cops again, because Frome always looks interested as we get to Cops. Again, just can't quite get alongside enough. Let's go up to the front then with Sweeney. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as they come through. Maggots and Beckett. Lovely sequence of corners. Just get the car rolling just as you want. And on to the hangar straight as Cornelius and Iggy is looking very, very close to Blue Flag this time. Let's go with these two. Anything doing between these two guys? Whoa, looks like he's really left that one in. Let's just go with Iggy, because Frome's going to have a look at Iggy then. Surely. No, somehow Iggy's managed to keep that tidy enough. I could have sworn he'd gone wide. Frome really... Oh, Frome leaves it in there, like a bit of contact. It's fair in love and war, Robbins racing and all that good stuff, and we are, amazingly, still the same front six as we saw after lap 1. Or whatever time it was we got back. These guys are racing really hard. But amazingly, there's been not much overtaking. Cornelius, he's really going to send one this time. Is he through? He is! Cornelius then takes the lead back. He was on pole, and Cornelius has then got through on Sweeney. Blue Mosquito looking interested. Sweeney just behind him, and that's a great run from Blue Mosquito. Sweeney's going to have to look out as the Scotsman's going to try and get his nose in front. He's not got the line this time. Oh, fantastic stuff though. It's behind, it's the same. I don't want to say thank God we've seen an overtake, because I was enjoying it anyway. It was great racing. You don't have to have overtaking for great racing. It's close cars. It's fantastic to see. These front six are putting on a show. Look at this. Hey, where's Frome gone? Oh, Frome's pitted. Flying Frome is going. He's obviously sick of being stuck behind my Jiggy. He's going for the undercut. It's an early pit stop. He's going to have older tyres as you get to the end. See where Flying Frome can come out then, as everyone else battles, and so his thoughts, presumably, a bit of clear track if he can get it. Pump in some Fromey time, as it shall now be known. And try and catch these guys out a bit, but let's see then if many of them respond. They come round to the pit lane in a bit. Not there yet. Blue Mosquito's right behind Sweeney, and Blue Flag's got Iggy for company. Sweeney seems like he's either struggling on tyres or just a bit out of rhythm for a second, because these guys are looking. Oh wow, Blue Mosquito's having a look at him there. As they're going to go side by side, are they? Up through. Oh, Sweeney's been hit. Oh, Blue Mosquito's hit Sweeney. Bit of contact. Sweeney's in the grass. Not Cops, Abbey. Someone else is off the track. That is Blue Mosquito. Oh, so I'm not sure what's happened there, but that's cost the pair of them. They both lost 2 places. Mosquito still behind Sweeney, and Blue Flag and Iggy then get through. they're still racing, these two guys, so hard. It's an amazing racing between the two of them. Shame that between Sweeney and Blue Mosquito. But if you're flying Frome, you are laughing now, because he should, if he got a bit of clear space, he should get the undercut on the pair of those at least. Let's see where he's come out. And he had, he's come out in some great free air. That's exactly what he would have wanted to. He's just going to pump those fastest laps in now. And Blue Flag and Iggy then are going to be battling. Are any else at the front coming in? Cornelius has come in. Sweeney has also come in. So I'm expecting him to lose that position then to Frome. Cornelius might be an interesting one. Depends what the track's like for him. If he can nail his pit stop as well. You don't want to see people having to reverse. Sweeney looks like he's hit his mark all right. So keep an eye on that. As then into the lead are Blue Flag and Iggy. Mosquito stays out. Taco stays out. These two are going for it, and Iggy's going to have a look around the outside. There's not much room there, but this is the sort of battle in Frome would be loving, because these two guys, even if they're not overtaking, catching each other, they're costing each other time every single time they're doing this, and Frome will be loving it. And where is he? As he's come through, you see Flying Frome has come through past a bit. No, he's crashed. What's happened? What's he done? He's got away with it somehow. Oh wow, so he's overtaken Sweeney. Oh wow, that was amazing. So he's come through Cops and just, he's left too much on it, got away with it somehow, and in fact he's ahead of Cornelius. So it's Flying Frome, Sweeney and then Cornelius. So Cornelius has had a shocker in the pit, so he's had to repair some damage or something. Frome will be thanking his lucky stars that he's not been that one, because, well, we'll see what happens with these two. But if Blue Flag and Iggy are costing each other time while battling, as Iggy's going to go and dive into the pits, let's see how he does. Nice and aggressive to the line. You certainly don't want to be risking a stop-go or drive-through around here. But if those two have been costing each other time, then Flying Frome would be your net leader of this race. We'll see how that pans out, because that's very interesting. And Sweeney, of course, that's Cornelius, who spent all that time right behind him to get through. And then as they go in the pits, Sweeney's jumped in the pits. They came into the pits at the same time, despite the incident between Sweeney and Blue Mosquito. So great racing at the front there. Just to have a look around the rest of the field, see what's going on, because we focused mostly on the top six because they were the closest. So Polish down is up in fourth at the minute. It's Gross, obviously not net because he's not pitted. Let's see where's Frome. So Frome's coming through the pit lane, through that now. Iggy's coming out the pits now. Car 84 is Cablo is off the track, so let's have a look between Iggy and Flying Frome, and it looks like Iggy is going to get it. So Iggy was just behind Blue Flag, so as it stands, assuming Blue Flag gets a similar pit stop, it will be Blue Flag be your net leader. Iggy second, Frome third. We'll see obviously how Blue Flag's pit stop goes, but further back, looks like Sweeney and Cornelius are going for it. These two guys have been at it all race. And then Iggy has got Flying Frome for company still. We've seen this battle already as well. So the two cars missing from our top six then are Blue Flag and Blue Mosquito, and I'm assuming after they pit they will join us again. Yeah, fortunately that's where the battling is. Oh, in fact Blue Flag has pitted now, so we'll keep an eye on that. Blue Mosquito then will take the lead of the race for a minute. Does like to go longer than everyone else does, Blue Mosquito, but let's keep an eye on these guys, because it's where the battling's been. It's been non-stop between the top 6 really for half of this race. Let's hope the second half's the same. But great to see. Mostly incident-free, I say. About to get the odd crash. Roman had a little touch with someone earlier, and obviously, whoa! I thought he was again leaving that. That's almost what you need to do sometimes on this. Is just leave your car in there. Just try and distract the guy a bit. See if you can get a run on him the next corner. And these two look like, well, maybe they're just pulling away from Sweeney and Cornelius now. But where is Blue Flag? Blue Flag is coming out the pits, and those two are way past. They are way past. So Blue Flag comes out behind Cornelius. And there's one more person to pit is Blue Mosquito further up the field. See where he comes out. He was behind Sweeney, so it will be a good pit stop to get ahead of them. So the pit stops have worked really nicely then for Frome, who was, well, he was down in 6th, wasn't he? He went for that undercut. It's worked nicely. Probably prefer if Sweeney was a couple of places further down. As it stands at the minute, again, he's only gaining a point back in the championship, so these things take a lot longer to give Frome the numbers that he needs. He's so close to Iggy every time as he comes to this corner. Halfway through the race now. It's been a busy race. We've seen some incident, but we've seen mostly great driving, to be honest. It's a credit to these guys and what they're doing. Blue Mosquito then is in the pits. So that's the last of your top 6 that's pitted. Try and keep an eye on where he's come out. Unfortunately, I missed where everyone else was when the pit stops happened, so it's a mystery to me as to where everyone's going to come out relative to Blue Mosquito. I think those two guys just take different lines, because the same things happen there. I think Frome just takes the tighter line. Seems to give him a beautiful run. And it looks like Tritt is going to be your race leader for a moment. He's not pitted yet, so we're just halfway into the race. Let's keep an eye on this. So Blue Mosquito is he's just coming out the pits now, so he's going to have a bit of a gap there, and there's another car just coming out the pits now as well, which is, I'm not sure which car that was. Oh, is it Taco? Oh wow, it is. So Taco's jumped Blue Mosquito in the pits somehow. So that's great result there for Taco. So as we are, Blue Mosquito's fallen off this top 5. Yeah, big gap now. You see, he's a long way back down. So as you were, it's Iggy, Frome, Sweeney, Cornelius, and those gaps are just extending again. The battles at the minute seem to be, as we pan this car around a bit further back, we've got Ponish Town has got Unsafe Release, Duo Finn, Mr. Tumble, no, that's not all the cars. Who's in this battle here? 563, 91 and 137, yes, the ones, yeah, Unsafe Release and Mr. Tumble. But then the car number 13 is Steph, right, so that's that balanced out. So Tritt has then come into the pits. He is, oh, and Lee Cole also has pitted, so that's then everyone that's left has pitted. Now, where's the battle? Looks like Blue Mosquito and Taco. Yeah, these guys could have an interesting fight then. So I'm guessing will be for what is next 6th and 7th. By the time, well, Tritt's in the pits now. Oh, there's a car around 84. 84 is Cablo. So he's just got off the track and got out of the way. Frome is less than a second behind Iggy. Blue Mosquito. Tritt. He's still in the pit. Oh, he's just coming out the pits now. So maybe he's further down the pit lane than others. So Blue Mosquito, yeah, he does get through fairly comfortably. And That will be Blue Mosquito up into 7th. Trit in it. Way, Blue Mosquito go. Whoa, no, he's not going for it. He's not just going for it. He's gone round. He's gone round, and oh, there's another car off the track. He can't seem to get it straight. Trit seems to have got through. Has he? And so Blue Mosquito is, yeah, he's on the drive there. So what was, there was another car around there. Oh, it was Lee Cole. Lee Cole was the other car, I think. Yeah, I think it was 94. So I'm not sure what's happened to Blue Mosquito there. He did say the car was a bit unstable. Just got away from him there. So where does that put him? That's back behind. No, he's still ahead of Bonish Town. So I think he's just lost out to Trit. So he's going to go back up front. Frome's just lost a bit then to Iggy. Sweeney's got Cornelius closing up, but as we've seen with these cars before, it does sort of ebb and flow. So we'll see how these guys do. Cars do seem to come and go from you. Your tyres get in the window and don't. So Cornelius at the minute is looking strong on Sweeney. He's going to want him to really have a go. So Blue Mosquito drops out of this battle then at the front. The blue flag seems to have just fallen off the back of them as well now. So, and Sweeney goes wide. Sweeney goes wide. Like I say, if there's track limits, you don't want to be doing that too much, because the last thing Sweeney can afford is going to be a big stop-go penalty. So you certainly don't want to be risking it too much. It is harsh on this game, so it'd be a, well, it tends to be a 30-second stop-go if you go too much. And let's see then what Cornelius can do down the straight. He looks like he's got a good run on Sweeney. Pulls to the inside. Oh, he's way past. He's way past. So Cornelius just drives past Sweeney. Flying Frome will be happy to see that, so long as Cornelius doesn't catch him. Sweeney there, Frome will be happy, especially if he can get past Iggy in the championship. So that's at the minute, it wasn't a 13-point gap, so that would be down to 11. If Frome can catch Iggy, it would be 10. So that's the difficulties these guys have got. It's a point system that rewards consistency. Certainly Sweeney has been consistent. So the race is just easing off a little bit now. We've had 45 minutes of action though, so not quite 45, 35 minutes of action. Excuse me. Apparently I can't do maths. Just, we'll have a little breather. Oh, it's a tumble, like he was struggling to get the power down there. Oh, I say that, Sweeney's, looks like he's round the back of Cornelius again. Let's keep an eye on these two. There's no easing off, maybe. Into Maggots and Beckett's. Sweeney really using that aggressive style. We saw that again last week in Japan. He really flings it into the corner. Degner 1 was a big slidey area for him. Not close enough this time. Frome's just falling off the back of Iggy again now, so I've just noticed the track temperature is up to 28, so that's got a lot warmer since earlier in the race. That was, I swore it was 20 at the start of the race. See if any of these guys made adjustments to the car just to make the tyres last a bit longer, because that's quite a big gap, that. Sweeney's still behind him. That's your main scrap at the minute. Everywhere else looking down the rest of the field seems like it's fairly well spread out again, so we'll stick with these two. In fact, we'll just look to Sweeney just to mix it up a bit. The man who leads the championship, he's the only one at the minute who's over 100 points, but obviously there'll be quite a few that join him after this. Keep an eye out for any other battles a bit further down the track, so not too much there. So we'll just see if Sweeney can close this gap into Cornelius. These two have basically had a race-long battle. They pitted on the same lap as well, so they've they were 1 and 2 on the grid. Sweeney took him at the start. Then Cornelius overtook him later on. Pips happened. Sweeney got back through again. We saw Cornelius, I think it was down to Stowe. He had a fantastic run coming onto the straight. And then that's basically caught you up to where we are. Frome's definitely falling off the back of Iggy now. In fact, seems to be coming back towards Cornelius as Blue Flag is starting to get a bit of Artemis Tocco company as well. So he started lower down the grid, did Tocco, but there's a reason he's third in the championship. He can fight his way back through in the race. Seems like he's quite got the car in balance for this second half of the race. As yeah, you see that gap to Iggy is opening up nicely, so Iggy looking good, and Rome is falling back towards Cornelius then, that gap under 1.5 seconds now. There may well be a three-way fight for the last 2 podium places. Further back, it's like unsafe release. Oh, what's this one? Well, that's Mr. Tumble. A scrap with prototype Steph. And yeah, Blue Flag got as Tocco is less than 1 second now behind Blue Flag. Further up, so let's look at, we've got Tumble and Steph. So we've got a few battles going on that are developing again in this as we enter the last third of the race. We have 18 minutes to go. Tumble's struggling to get the power down. Let's see what Steph can do as we head towards Cops. Does look like he's got the speed on him there. That's going to be a brave move if he sticks it in there, but he's not going to go for that one. Keep an eye and see how he does coming onto the main straight. Further up I can see that Tocco's not next to Blue Flag, so we're okay, we're not missing anything further up. There's a few of these guys we've not seen too much of. Always a shame. We've had some good action up front. Not to fill in too much time, hopefully. And looks like Tumble's looking a bit more comfy there, so let's just go back then to Frome. In fact, these two guys, Blue Flag and Tocco, looking very close. So we'll pop back to them. Iggy just stretching that gap. So the pit stops worked nicely for Iggy. I don't know if he made an adjustment to his tyres while he was in there. That track temperature is starting to rise again. It's 29 now, so the sun just starting to warm it up. So anyone that took a bit of pressure out the tyres will be enjoying it now. You don't want your tyres overheating too much. So. That gap between Frome and Cornelius is still roughly 1.5 seconds. Tocco looking to get this 5th place. He's probably too far back to catch any of the top 4. Bit of a battle. Moved away from it, but Tumble and yeah, we missed a bit of that with Tumble and Steph. They go at each other. maybe we'll come back to that one. Further up, Taco is still pushing blue flag. He's not quite close enough. Iggy, yeah, definitely seems to have his car in a bit more of the zone than the guys behind him, because he is just pulling away. Taco looking late on the brakes there. Try and get blue flag interested. Seems comfy. That blue Mercedes. Where else are any battles going on? Well, this is your closest ones on track. Steph and Tumble still looking at each other, but I think they're a bit further apart. Tumble really launches one. No, not this time. Would have been Danny Ricciardo-esque to have a go from that far back. Blue flag. Still with the gap on Taco. Frome just pulls away a bit from Cornelius that last lap. Cornelius just has a bit of a gap on Sweeney as well. So these seem to be your battles. Is Steph and Tumble down in the 11th. The blue flag and Taco here up in 5th. Taco is getting closer. He's down to nearly half a second now. He's had a good pace. Good race pace anyway. When you look at the gaps, he's what, just quick bit of mass. You got sort of 5, 7, 9, 16, 15, 16 seconds off the pace. I think he's got a great run here. Having got stuck in the battles early on. On the outside, it's going to be optimistic there, but see if he can get a run down towards Vale. Oh, this is lovely driving. What's blue flag going to do? He's going to just leave it where he is. Taco's so close behind him now. We are just under, well, about 14 minutes to go now in this race. Plenty of action. This is where it's at now though, 5th and 6th. Iggy looks like he's just easing away now. The top 3, or the other top 4 rather, have settled down a bit. Kind of rhythm, they're all lapping roughly the same, although Cornelius has just closed up to Frome that last lap. Sweeney's fallen back though. Sweeney's falling back a long way now. Frome obviously going to be desperate to keep that second place. He doesn't want to give up any more points than he has to. As Taco's having a look at blue flag into Brooklands. Leaves a gap there, and that's going to be enough for Taco to just go through. Takes the inside line on the second part. Can blue flag get a run then? Down towards Cops. Yes, he can. He certainly can. As they go side by side. This is some great racing. Who's going to yield? Looks like Taco's just behind, but it's not going to hold off. He's going to try and stick it around the outside. And they don't come into contact, which is great racing as they go up then towards Magnussen Beckett side by side again. Can they manage it? Into the left, into the right as Taco stays ahead. Cuts the grass a bit, but fantastic stuff from the two of them, and I hope this carries on. That was lovely to see. That's blue flag still right behind as they go down the main straight. Does he have enough slipstream to sling one into Stowe and have a look at it? It looks like he's going to be interested. Keep the nose in there, but no, Taco just has the position for now. But these guys don't look like they're going to give up as Frome has dropped a bit of time then to... Oh, blue flag's on the grass. That's not where you want to be. Frome's just lost a bit of time then to Cornelius. That gap's to a second now. Keep an eye on that one as Cornelius seems like he's getting into a rhythm. Frome just struggling to keep going, as is Sweeney. Sweeney's not enjoying this second part of the race either. Speaking of not enjoying the second part of the race, Blue Mosquito is a long way back now. He's not caught up to Trit at all. sort of found himself in a bit of a no man's land after that random spin. I'm not sure what's happened to his car there. We'll maybe find out post-race and maybe report back to you next week if we can, as Taco then into Bucklands. These two having a good scrap. See how Blue Flag can do on the exit now. I think Taco looks like he's got a bit of a gap now. Oh, he's hit that beautifully. Pulls the gap. And this is where we saw them go side by side last lap, and it was some great racing. Let's just go up a bit further, because Frome looks like he's got Cornelius starting to really get close to him now. This is your battle for second and third. And of course, be the difference between Sweeney's struggling now. Gap to Taco, which is now 5.6. That might be worth keeping an eye on. It's falling back. If Taco can get clear of Blue Flag, we've got 10 minutes left. That's 5 laps. See how that pans out, because Frome would be happy with that one. As it stands, it's an 11-point lead at the end of this race in the championship for Sweeney. What Frome wouldn't give to make it 10. Just keep around that gap. He's 5.6 for now.
The pit window is closing now.
Oh, there's the pit window closed, but of course everyone made their pit stops ages ago. You'd be, well, a bit crazy really to keep your pits, keep your tyres on that long. Cornelius is getting closer. That gap's a second now. These lovely looking racing cars, the Lamborghini and the McLaren. Sweeney is struggling. That gap to Taco's 3.5 seconds now, and in Blue Flag still catching up to him as well. So something going on then with our championship leader. Seems to be struggling this second half of the race as the track temperature, just noticed, is up to 30. It is getting hotter and hotter out there. Is he struggling with his tyres? Are they overheating? He's run out of fuel. Who knows? There's all sorts of things that can go wrong. Very tricky conditions if the track's going to be. I mean, it was 20. I'm sure it was 20 at the start of this race. 10 degrees extra track temperature. Frome is struggling. Sweeney's, yeah, 2.5 seconds to Taco now. Sweeney's struggling. As is Frome, he's got Cornelius right behind him in that McLaren. We'll have to drop back and see what's going on with Sweeney, as Frome still has Cornelius at the minute. I'm just looking at these standings, and Sweeney is falling back towards not just Taco but Blue Flag and Trit as well. I mean, at this rate, Blue Mosquito might even be interested. We'll see how that goes. Frome's got Cornelius for company. Sweeney is having a hard time of it. So we have got 8 minutes to go in this race. These guys are going to have about 4 laps to go. I see there's 3 cars there who might be very interested in Sweeney, and Frome has got Cornelius very interested in him. So the top 2 in the championship not having it all their own way just at the minute. Taco is all over Sweeney now. He's closed right up. Go up front. Frome still keeps Cornelius behind. Taco, yeah, he's having a look at Sweeney. He's closed that gap so fast. I can't believe how quick that gap's closed. Championship leader struggling at the minute. Might want to go up and see what's going on with Taco and Frome, but that overtake's not going to happen. Taco and Frome, Cornelius and Frome. We've got Taco and Sweeney here as they go through Cops. Taco's just got so much more speed. Side by side through Maggots and Beckett's, no. Go up front, because those two should be okay for now. tend to get too much overtaken in the middle of those. Cornelius then looking at Frome. Taco right behind Sweeney. Keep an eye out front. Anything going on into the Vale? No, Cornelius can't get in this time. Missed that one. Taco really pushing and harrying Sweeney. Frome keeps Cornelius behind him for now. Almost all forgotten this is Iggy, who's just driving away. He's 6.5 seconds ahead, and Sweeney, that's... Oh, well, was it 2 moves? Well, we just need to see. He looked like he moved back towards the racing line, but... Look at the cars behind him as Taco, and he's got Blue Flag and Trit, all getting interested. Keep an eye on this one. Frome stays ahead of Cornelius, we can see as they go down towards Brooklands. They're really struggling, the pair of these guys. Look at this, there's 3 of them, they're all lined up for him. Taco can't get there this time. How's Frome doing then, with Cornelius right behind him? Well, it comes down, we're 55 minutes into this race and there's all this battling still going on. It's incredible stuff. Through Maggots and Beckett's, Frome will just hold off Cornelius for now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 cars in this battle then for 4th place. Sweeney struggling, Taco desperate to get past, he needs the gap. Can he get through? Side by side in Maggots? No. Oh, wait a minute. Cornelius has gone round. So Frome... Something happened then. Cornelius either went for it in Maggots and Beckett's, missed that one. That's going to... Yeah, well, that obviously eases off the pressure from Frome, but look at that gap, it's 12 seconds. Sweeney's struggling this second half, but Taco just cannot find a way past at the minute, as you've got Blue Flag and Trit right behind him as well. Sweeney positioning his car beautifully. Taco tries to go around the outside, nothing doing there, back to the inside. He's almost pushing him as they come around the last corner. Blue Flag and Trit going for it as well. It's not the last corner at all. Look at this, and there's that move again that we saw last lap. Taco's going to look around the outside. He's going to keep his foot in this time. Bit of contact. Bit of contact. Where's Taco? He comes. Oh, well, that's... I'm not sure how clean that is, but somehow Sweeney's still in 4th. Somehow Taco then going to look around the outside. Just cannot find a gap to get through. Sweeney's making that car so wide. Down the Wellington Straight. Having a look at Blue Mosquito looking interested, and this is, well, if anyone can get past, it's great news for Frome, but it's a minute Sweeney is defending like his life depends on it. Amazing battling. Lost in all this, of course, is that Iggy is way ahead. But now we've got 4 cars lining up to try and overtake Sweeney. Oh, we are 57 minutes into this hour-long race and we are this close to 4th place, and this has massive championship implications. There's a lot of points at stake here, and Taco then going to have another look at Sweeney as we get to Maggots and Beckett's. No, he can't get through this time. It's so slow for everyone. Sweeney cannot get anywhere. But he's staying in 4th place. He's making that car as wide as he possibly can. It's looking bruised and battered, but can any of them get through? You just feel like if one of them can, then they'll all fly through. Just like a cork in a bottle. But at the minute, Sweeney holds on to that 4th place. And that's Trit has a big look at Taco. And there's a crash. There's a crash as Trit goes round. And Taco comes back on just behind Blue Mosquito. Cornelius, flicks the wrong car. So now it's Sweeney leads Blue Flag. So that's one of the Trit was out of the battle now. And there's a lap and a half to go. Blue Flag trying desperately now to get past Sweeney. And Blue Mosquito, who was nowhere before, and he comes up into 5th. What is this race? What's going on? So, oh, where are we now? I've lost what the positions are, so it's Sweeney.
Leaders on final lap now.
We've got one more lap of this to go. Iggy crosses the line to start his final lap. Rome just starts it, and it's Sweeney somehow still holds on to 4th place. And he's got Blue Mosquito, Blue Flag and Taco all right behind him, and Frome will be willing these guys on to overtake him. At the minute it's a 2-point difference. He wants any of them, 3, 4, 5 if he can. Can any of them get past as they start their final lap? Blue Mosquito is going to be first to have a look at Sweeney. Round Cops, this is incredible stuff. Blue Mosquito then having a look at Sweeney, can he get anywhere? Parks that car beautifully defensively. Cablo's off the track down the bottom at the Vale, but Sweeney then onto the straight for the final time. He's got Blue Mosquito right behind him. There's something going on wrong with his car, whether it's damage or tyres, I don't know, but he's got enough somehow. Blue Mosquito looks around the outside at Stone. No, that's not happening. We're not leaving this. We're going to watch it blurred if we have to. I can't believe that's happened. Blue Mosquito then having a look around the outside. Can he get anywhere? Doesn't look like it. Sweeney holding on still. I'm sorry, Iggy. I can't get back in. I'm not sure what's happened there. So unfortunately we're going to miss Iggy winning this title. I can't leave the server now. I mean, I can see what's going on. This is ridiculous. I've clearly not been disconnected from the server. What a game this is. We've got a big error message in the way, but it's Iggy. No, Iggy leads. Blue Mosquito, Blue Flag comes through. Blue Mosquito looking at Summer. Sweeney. Through all this, he's still in 4th. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Or what we're not seeing. Iggy wins. Congratulations to Iggy. I'm sorry I missed it. Some internet issues on tonight, apparently on PSN, that have meant that as we're coming across the line, I've apparently been disconnected from the server that I can clearly see. Big crash. Blue Mosquito's gone off. Blue Mosquito's been involved in a big crash of Blue Flag, so somehow I think through all this it's going to be Iggy, Frome, Cornelius and Sweeney. Somehow he's going to take 4th place. I think. Sweeney 4th, Taco 5th, Blue Flag 6th. That's amazing defence then. Trit 7th, Blue Mosquito is in 8th. How Sweeney has held on to that, I do not know. That is fantastic. So much going on. So disappointing that we've had to lose the end of it because of some internet issues that have happened there, but we could still see what was happening, and Sweeney somehow, by a 1/10 of a second from Taco, takes 4th place, and it's got massive implications in the championship. If that had gone wrong, he could have been only 3 or 4 points ahead of Frome, but as it is, he held the lead of 11. Oh, fantastic stuff. So who's left to finish? We've got Duo Finn and Lee Cole left to finish, but as it is, Mighty Iggy wins. Flying Frome 2nd, Cornelius 3rd, Sweeney 4th, Taco in 5th, Blue Flag 6th, Trit 7, Blue Mosquito, who's had a couple of issues there in that race, 8th, Ponish Town 9th, Unsafe Release 10th. Again, a lot of these guys we didn't see too much of, unfortunately, but there was so much action going on up front. Steph 11, Mr. Tumble 12, Duo Finn, well, that's 13, Cablo I think 14, Lee Cole 15. Well done the guys that stuck with it. Oh, that was a very interesting race. We'll just slice away to that one. So next week I've forgotten where it is. We'll just go and double check what's going on in the standings. Next week's race will be from the Hungaro Ring, and that will be, of course, round 8. This is a 10-round season. And if it's anything like that again, we should be in for a cracker. With any luck, we'll have some better internet. We won't have any issues with disconnections from the server with half a lap to go when there's 4 cars battling for a position. But you know, we may do the best we can. and thank you very much for everyone that watched, and we will see you all next week, hopefully, live from the Hungaroring. So as it is for now, good night.